What if I told you that the perfect iris classification project that everyone recommend with 99% accuracy, hiring managers see them as amateur one? I analyzed 500 plus data science portfolios that got rejected, and the patterns I found that will shock you. By the end of this video, you will know the top mistakes that are killing your data science chances and what the top data scientists do differently to land their dream job. Let's break your first myth. Building diverse sets of projects to show you know different algorithms. Hear what hiring manager actually thinks. Projects like iris classification or house price prediction or even stock price predictions. Those are looks like either beginner projects or projects without any original thinking, or they don't have any business understanding. But when they see this project, e-commerce customer lifetime value optimization, what the recruiter will think? Because it has the understanding of the business impact. It has the domain expertise and it solves a real problem. Look at this project structure. It isn't a code. It's a business solution that starts with a real problem that company is losing $2 million annually due to poor customer targeting. Then we solve it with the data science. See the difference. We are not just predicting. We are saving companies dollars of millions annually. Here is your first mindset shift. You are not a data scientist who simply codes or build models. You are a business problem solvers who happen to use data science. When you apply this mindset to your portfolio, everything got changed. Your projects then solve real problems. Your code has some business context. Your presentation focus is on impact, not on accuracy. This single shift will put you in the top 10%, but we are just getting started. So in previous mistake, we saw how a generic project can destroy your portfolio. Now the second mistake is no domain expertise. Mistake number 2 is why you are competing with 10,000 other data scientists instead of being the only person for the job. Because without domain expertise, you are a commodity to the company. Anyone can build a generic classifier, but can they build a e-commerce CLV optimizer using RFM analysis? Can they engineer feature in like customer lifecycle stages and engagement scores? This project shows deep e-commerce expertise. For example, RFM analysis or customer lifecycle stages or being purchase velocity matrices or doing health score calculations. This is not a beginner stuff. This is professional level domain knowledge that makes you irreplaceable. Then third mistake is your project is not having any business impact. This mistake is your obsession with your model accuracy. My random forest achieved 92% precision. But who cares it? What matters is my model saves the company $500,000 annually. This is the impact that only metric that matters most in a portfolio. Look at this business impact calculations. We are not just predicting, we are calculating the exact dollar impact. You are starting to see the pattern that the top data scientist who thinks like business executives. Every line of code serves a business purpose. Every visualization tells a story. Every model solves problems of worth $1 million. You are not building projects anymore. You are building business use cases. And that's exactly what gets you hired in top companies. Now, you do not have a generic project. You have the domain expertise and you have the business impact. But how to sell it? Your GitHub is your digital sell. If your GitHub has 40 to 50 repositories with random names, no description, broken links, or it's mix of assignment and projects, this screams to hire manager as an amateur one. Instead, professionals have 3 to 5 high quality projects that have clear business descriptions. It has professional README files and live demos and visualization. For example, if you see in this GitHub repo, it has a proper structure of README file. If someone can go to this README, they can understand what the business problem is, what you are solving, and what you are getting the output, and what exactly output also you are getting from this without getting into the code. Because recruiters are not going to get into a code and understand what the GitHub project is all about. They just look into Redmi Pi. Because recruiters hardly spend 30 seconds on your GitHub. 30 seconds. If your readme doesn't grab them immediately, you are done. Next mistake is terrible visualization. Your visualization of outputs should not look like they are made in old 90s. Console outputs or basic matplotlib charts. Come on. Professional portfolios have publications ready visualization that tells stories. For example, customer segment analysis. For example, CLV distribution dashboards. Or if you see feature importance ranking or business impact projections. It has a professional layout. It has the business context and it is executive ready presentable visualization. This is what separates portfolio projects from the portfolio masterpiece. Now you have all these. You have domain expertise, specific project, you have good GitHub and you have the good visualization. But how to convey it to the recruiter? There what's come next mistake is no storytelling. And this is very shocking one because no one very much care about this mistake. Your code doesn't matter if you cannot tell its story. It may be, your code may be perfect, but it get rejected many times because you have to convey your context. I have seen average code get job offers because it has an amazing story and able to convey that story to the recruiters. For example, I built a model that predicts customer churn with 85% accuracy. Or our e-commerce client was losing $500K annually from customer churn and traditional methods were not working there. So I developed a predictive model that identifies at-risk customer 3 months in advance, enabling targeted retention campaign. And what the result I got? $375K in prevented losses and 15% improvement in retention rates. How does this look like? It's look like you are conveying a problem, then what you did and what the result you got. This is not simple code. This is you are creating the story and this makes hiring manager to care about your solutions. Now to convey this storytelling, this one and next mistake come what is you have bad soft skill. This is the harsh truth. Technical skills get you through the door, but soft skill get you the job. It's not just code dumps and accuracy metrics. Smart portfolio showcase soft skills through strategic recommendation, business communication, stakeholder thinking, and problem solving approach. Let's recap what you have learned. First is generic projects. You should solve that with domain-specific business problem. No storytelling. You should solve that with compelling business narrative. And for messy code, you should have a professional architecture. For the business impact, you should have a quantified ROI. For example, the $3.2 million impact. And for domain expertise, you should research before building a project what deep domain knowledge about. And you should have always executive ready dashboards to counter your bad visuals. And at the last, you should always have a good soft skills to give you strategic recommendations. Now you know what 90% of data scientists don't. You have the blueprint that separates that to be in the top 10%. So let's see the checklist. You should always have some 3 to 5 strong projects, not 20 weak ones. That should have unique plus relevant datasets and clear storytelling with business context. Clean production ready repo structures and one flagship project that you can talk about in interviews. In the video description, I'll attach the GitHub repo where I'll give you the exact code that solves all the 7 problems in this project. But here is what I didn't tell you. This single project framework can be adapted in any industry, be it healthcare, finance, retail, or go into any SaaS-based model. Master this approach and you will never struggle to build impressive portfolio projects again. But most people will watch this video and do nothing. So here is what I want to do right now. Comment below which of these 7 mistakes was your biggest weakness. Be honest, this self-awareness will change your career. Share this video with anyone stuck in a portfolio. You can literally save their career. And save this video as a portfolio blueprint. You will reference it every time you build a project. And subscribe to SK Neuron for more such videos on data science. But most importantly, start building your business focused portfolio today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Your dream job is waiting for someone who can solve real problems with real impact. Make sure that someone is you.